the thing.
Cool.
Welcome back to Just Weirdly Blended. I'm Jesse.
And I'm Tom.
And today is in August 8th.
August 8th.
I don't know. I was going to go in all deep. Like, it is August 8th, 2022.
It's a blistering
5:54 p.m.
105 degree temperature outside.
It is pretty much 105 degrees outside.
It was earlier, I think,
No, it's supposed to get hotter.
as the week goes on.
Like at 6, it's supposed to be its hottest.
Of course. Why not? Why not get
At
hotter?
least that's what my phone says. But
Sure. I haven't looked at my phone.
Can't go off of that stuff.
Sometimes they're fairly accurate, but yeah.
So how you doing?
I'm doing okay.
Like, I don't know.
I'm doing all right.
I've been living with this guy for the last week. It's been a week.
Jesse got kicked out, and
I've been living in this studio.
no, the whole family got kicked out.
Yeah, we're getting
asbestos abatement.
Yeah, we're getting our floors done. And so one of the things here in Washington is you have to get your floors tested for asbestos before like the installer can come do it. And so apparently we had some asbestos. So it's been a bumpy ride. First, the guy was done, but then when we like kind of looked in the house, we're like, that don't look done. Like,
Did you get any information on that?
yeah, he actually went back today and did it.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Good. So he agreed. Yeah, you did pay me to do this. So I'll do
pretty
it.
much. Like, and then he talked to the not the owner, but like the main guy.
Yeah.
And the guy was like, "No, yeah, just go back and do it."
Come on, dude. Like, they paid you up front to do this.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, we
do
haven't paid yet, and I wasn't gonna until
for you, yeah.
I knew.
Smart move.
Yeah, no, I didn't want my butt getting reamed anymore.
Right.
Shit.
Yeah.
Don't even
It's
hurt
not
anymore.
Cheap. It's not cheap to get asbestos removed.
It's not cheap.
No.
And we got it's 200 square feet or so.
Yeah.
Roughly. I don't know. Probably more. I don't know.
Probably more. Yeah.
It's a decent sized spot right there.
Yeah.
So,
yep.
If everything's done and we get the floors, guys, and we pick them up by Thursday, they'll be there next Monday to install them.
Nice. That's cool.
If everything works out. So
yeah, I just got to pick it up by Thursday.
Yep. So I'll be stealing the old truck.
Well, I got one good wrist to help you with.
I got Alicia. 60 pallets. I think I could use the exercise.
Yeah.
60
that's
pallets,
how I feel.
bro.
Oh my god.
Or 60 pallets. That'd be a lot. That's so much flooring. 60 cases.
Are you building
or
a house out of flooring?
I know. Yeah. There's probably 60
boxes worth.
Boxes or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know how many. I don't know how much that is, but
they might just have it on a pallet. I don't know.
Maybe.
Sometimes they have it on a pallet ready to go.
They could. They might.
Yeah.
I should just take that little red trailer.
Actually, what I could do is just haul Louis' trailer because it's heftier. They could handle the weight. I could take that and just drive it up, and they can drop it on if it is on a pallet, which I'd imagine it would be because they'd probably just leave that much on a pallet ready to go.
Yeah, it's like 60 something odd pieces.
So if you want to do that, we could do that and just drop
look
it
at
off
this.
the house.
Just figuring things out on the fly.
On air.
Yeah. So exciting. But it's cool. But no, I've been living in the studio. Me and my wife sleep in here. Kids, there's a little upstairs thing, so they sleep up there too, the kids, and then the other two kids sleep in the workout area, or they'll jump on the couch.
Yeah.
But no, it's been nice actually.
Cool.
I mean, it's
been good having you guys here.
It's been cool. It's always nice to be home. Obviously, and have we have our stuff there, obviously. Right. So, but
it's worked out having the two houses.
Dude,
you have your own space.
The thing that's kind of like what we said is like at least we're not like on top of each other.
Right.
I think there would be tension.
Oh yeah, right. There always is if you try to blend people together too much. We are weirdly blended.
We are blended, but too much just weirdly.
There are limits.
Yeah, there's
to the blending.
Yeah. Okay, you over blended. Let's stop.
We don't cross bleed or anything.
So this is our last episode. No.
Yeah, right. Unfortunately, the band is broken up.
Yeah. Goddamn, asbestos broke us up.
Supported by asbestos. Asbestos does it again.
No, but it's been nice, man. At least got a kitchen. I was telling Alicia, so we're both very fortunate and grateful that we're able to.
Welcome,
because it's just like it could be so much worse. We could be like living in a hotel room, which is
paying.
I've lived in a hotel before, and it sucks.
Mm-hmm.
You don't got like a kitchen,
right?
You know what I mean?
And if you do, it's probably pretty
two beds for I forget how many kids when I was living there. Like kids were on the floor and stuff. So
man,
no. So,
that's
been our fun for the week.
Yeah,
I think I went to Seattle, watched a Mariner game on Saturday.
Yeah,
that was cool. They won the first game. I think they lost the second, but
that's what you said. Yeah,
but I was already back by then.
I was heading the same direction. Lay my uncle to rest out in the wilderness.
That was cool. It sounded like a beautiful place.
It was a really nice spot, and it was a spot that meant a lot to him. His brother's already out there, so like his ashes were spread before. So
his brother out there
basically with his brother. So
so, like they're hunters right now.
Exactly. So they can hunt to like the place that his ashes are spread. It's like this 2,000-foot drop off that overlooks all these like mountains and hills and things covered in trees. So it was a nice spot. It's good to have him sort of where we always intended him to be.
That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what you want.
Yeah, a little bit of closure, I think.
I just read something. I just seen like a clip. I guess this girl, she got mad at her boyfriend, took his mom's ashes and spread them over like this river.
That's not okay.
Right.
Are you for real?
I swear to God, she got arrested for it.
Yeah. How do you make up for that? There's no...
You don't.
I mean, there's like no way.
Sorry, here's the cat. Here's what I could find. Like, it's like mud now, right?
We're going to assume that this has some of your mom in it. There you go.
I know. This is fucking like crayfish in here.
Clay. Should we just throw that in the box? Yeah, just do it.
Yeah.
What is the proper penalty for that?
I don't know. I forgot how long she was, or what it was called.
Yeah.
But I just read that and I was like, that's fucked up. Like,
well, that's more than this, like a possession. Like, it'd be bad enough she ruined his car or something, but like his mom's ashes.
Like you said, you can fix a car.
Right. On a car, at the end of the day, as sad as it is, money can replace. You can
fix
that car.
bones, can mend, all that.
Right.
But you can't.
Ashes are ashes.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do with ashes? You don't have them anymore. Wow.
Yeah.
I'll buy you new ashes.
What was there was a movie where they spill some ashes or something, and then they're like vacuuming it up, trying to clean up and stuff.
The Coke.
Yeah.
Was it the Coke? That was
that My Horrible Bosses?
Yes, that was in Horrible Bosses. It was the guy's Coke. And it gets spilled all over the floor, and they're trying to vacuum it. And as they're doing that, the guy's like rubbing his mouth because he's starting to feel weird.
Like put it in a dustpan.
Yeah.
Like
the other one that was Ash's hysterical movie was Due Date. Due Date, when it was coffee.
That's what it was.
He made coffee with it, and then he takes it. It was Zach Galifianakis takes a drink of it. And he's like, "Oh, that's my dad!" And then he forgets and takes another drink.
Yeah, with Robert Downey.
God, that movie was funny.
That movie was fucking funny. Robert Downey's he's funny in that movie.
Yeah,
they're both funny. That movie's.
Oh man, when he comes in, he's doing his acting. He goes, "Come on, you're acting like girls. You're acting like a bunch of girls in here. What are you, a bunch of girls?" That's all I could do.
Yeah.
He goes, "All right,
your
like
wife's coach.
Your mom is dead, and you're breaking the news or something." And he's like, "Sorry to tell you, mom is dead," or whatever he said.
What did he end up doing? He ended up really crying, though.
He did, because it was supposed to be this girlfriend was breaking up with him. He's like, "All right, your girlfriend's breaking up with you, and whatever, go."
He did a good job.
And he starts like actually crying. He's like, "Oh, my dad just died, and I don't know what to do. I don't know what's happening in my life. I need you right now." And Robert Downey Jr. starts to actually feel bad.
Yeah,
it's like probably the next second when he does something asshole-ish.
Yeah,
when he's feeding his dog.
What was he
feeding? Food. Oh, yeah. He just has his food, his plate, and he's feeding his dog and laughing at him, going, "He thinks he's a person. Yeah. What an idiot!" Yeah. Oh, he had so many amazing lines.
I love Zach Galifianakis. Did you ever watch Between the Ferns?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's funny.
Did you ever see the movie he did where he was running for Congress? I forget the campaign. I think it was called.
No, I don't think I've seen that.
So he's like this Southern Christian candidate or whatever, and so
I do declare.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That was like literally the voice he used. And he's around the dinner table like, "All right, boys," because he got his kids, and everybody's like, "There's gonna be a lot of people looking at our lives, so if there's any skeletons in the closet, now's the time to get them out." And the kids they start bringing up like one time I put my penis inside of a dead squirrel. Whoa. And like really crazy. I don't think that was literally one of them, but it was on that level. Like they just got worse and worse. It's like, oh my God, because he swore that he wouldn't get mad at them as long as they told the truth. It just got worse and worse and worse.
I have to check that out. Was it good?
It was pretty funny. I mean, it wasn't one of the most famous movies, and it probably wasn't like as great as some of the other ones.
Yeah.
But it had its moments.
Sometimes that happens though. You watch like shows or movies that you don't really hear about, but then like, man, this was actually really good.
Right. Our Idiot Brother was one of my favorite Paul Rudd movies ever.
That's
and it was one that really didn't get a lot of press. But I
had watched it, and then I remember you started talking about it, and I was like, dude, I hadn't watched that movie in forever. So I was like, let me check it out. So I rewatched it, and I was like, oh my God, this movie is so funny.
Have you seen Willie Nelson? Yeah. Oh, really? Where? Oh, no, I thought you meant like, have I ever seen him?
Of course. Yeah.
His dog's name is Willie Nelson. He's looking for him. Oh my God, that cracked me up. And that scene where he goes to get his dog, and they're still at the house because the girlfriend and the ex-girlfriend and her new boyfriend are there. And he goes to steal the dog back, and they're just there.
Yeah,
because I thought you guys were going to be gone. He goes, "Oh no, man, we're here." And he's like, "Well, yeah, but you said next Thursday you were going to be gone."
Yeah,
goes, yeah, I said next Thursday. He goes, "Yeah, but that's today." He goes, "No, man, next Thursday." And they have this long conversation where just.
And then he's all cool with them.
Oh yeah. Well, he goes, he's like his buddy. He's like, yeah, he wants to rent the apartment or whatever from their garage or whatever.
That'd be us.
He goes, yeah. She said, man, that like she wants like 300, but for you, she'd do 5.
Yeah, that'd be us.
So funny.
That'd be how we act.
Good at movie.
But speaking of dogs, what you got wrapped?
Yeah. So I have a dog that we're fostering, that I was warned has a tendency to nip sometimes. And I downplayed it because I'm pretty tough. And I thought, well, I'll never have a problem with that because he knows like who's the boss and stuff. So yesterday we were taking him to go potty. He needs to help, needs a catheter to go pee. So we've got that down to a science. So we needed him to go out front because there are a bunch of other dogs out back and stuff, and he gets distracted, and it's like way harder. So we're going to take him out front. He didn't want to go out front. So I'm just thinking like, well, no big deal. Like he's protested things before, but he's always gone at the end. Well, he started growling. So we kind of got, I think, a little too harsh on him. We were like, no, like you do not do that. Trying to just be stern.
Yeah.
Think we freaked him out. So then I went to take his collar and guide him out, and he went right around and grabbed my wrist. Pretty good. Got some
pretty good.
Pretty deep teeth wounds in there. So
now you're all wrapped up.
So it's wrapped, and it's super swollen.
It's still swollen, huh?
I mean, the whole thing. It's like.
Can you bend your hand?
Barely. I can do to there.
Dang.
At my wrist.
I didn't know it was that puffy on top.
Yeah, I mean all the way down to here, all the way to there. It's just like
show the audience. No, I'm just kidding.
Here you go. I could if you want to see it. It's pretty fucking gross. But yeah, so anyway, that happened. I don't really blame him so much. We were warned. I should have listened. It could have been worse. Could have been a lot worse.
They could have cut your hand off.
That's why I went in. At first, I'm like, I'm not going to go waste the money to go in.
They're like gangrene.
Blah, blah, blah. And then it started, I felt it like up over my, my little, elbow.
Oh, yeah.
And like, I know it's probably just that it's swollen, but I'm like, at the same time, I don't want to lose my fucking hands. So,
like, right.
So I went in, and I'm glad I did because they wanted me on antibiotics, and they did like a whole flush and all that. And they're like, it's not infected yet, probably, but. Dog bites,
it's a good move.
Apparently, are pretty gross. So,
what? They got the cleanest mouths there.
They actually mentioned that, and they go, they're still pretty gross.
No,
they did say that cat mouths are the worst. Cat bites get super infected. Apparently,
I could believe it.
Well, they eat freaking mice. Like they just take diseased animals and eat them.
They're pretty disease-ish.
Yeah,
they're pretty gross. Right? Cats are nasty.
They are.
I mean, I don't mind cats. But
I like cats. I can't have them.
But they're gross, but sick little bastards.
They're mentally ill. Every one of them.
They really want to kill you.
I mean, they could watch a documentary series about Jeffrey Dahmer and be like, what's the point?
Why did he get in trouble?
This is lost on me. I'm not sure why he's the bad guy.
So the cop, those people arrested him. Oh, yeah, those guys.
Wait a minute. Yeah, the cops are the bad guys, right?
Yeah. Cat, that would be cat. They're little sociopaths.
They are. They truly are. I mean, you just look at them. They get joy out of playing with their prey, like little mouse. Like, oh yeah, like push it and put their paws on it, corner it, play with it a little bit, set it loose, and then gut it.
That's so fucked up.
They are like they're not just gonna kill it. They want it to like be panicked. They get joy out of the fear.
I wonder if there's a cat out there that just has a certain routine he does to the.
I'm sure they do.
Mice. Like,
pulls out the little hearts and puts it in a box under his bed or something.
Ears. I only keep the left ear.
My parents had a cat that would like dissect the mouse and leave its innards on the step right in front of the door for them. Right. I mean,
it's a sweet gesture.
You just surgically remove everything and lay it like a serial killer would in front of their doorstep. Like, here you are, Clarice. Like
little Dexters.
Yeah, right. Strap it down to a table with cellophane.
It's one little nail. There's that one cat that's just,
right.
He's psycho, but he's a nice guy though.
Right. Oh, he's amazing. He walks around, talks to all the other cats. No one would suspect.
He's the worst.
A cat that kills other cats. That'd be like, this shit's normal when it comes to other animals, but
not to cats.
You start killing us, man. We do have, I think we've talked about this before. Maybe we haven't. We had a cat killer, and I'm going to say this.
Oh, yeah, because, I remember.
Yeah. The official story is it's a coyote.
But no, wasn't it like cut up like certain ways and
mutilated?
Stuff? Yeah.
With surgical precision, which according to the vet school or whatever.
Do you think that person's still around?
Well, there have been some reports again of this happening, and I know that we have coyotes. I know we have cougar. We do have animals, but just the locations and the fact that this became shocking to people. To me, it just seems like if this were an animal thing, this would be a normal.
It'd be mutilated pretty tough, though. If it was like a coyote or something.
Now, I'm not going to argue against a medical school, like a veterinary medical school. They have obviously more clout than I do. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I have Google. Okay.
Yeah, I have the world at my fingertips.
I mean, it's just like, I don't know. Why would it be such an odd thing to come across where all of a sudden the police would be like, we really don't know. Like, keep your eyes out, watch your cats.
It's all blah. Gutted and pinned back.
There were like
fucking coyotes.
My dad had a cat in his yard like that. And my dad, like, I grew up here. My parents lived in that house. That was the house I was.
Where would a coyote come from?
That's my question. They used to come up in that area, but I never saw one in my neighborhood. But they were more in that area when it was way less populated.
Which I can imagine because it's like more
deserty. It's like middle of the city now. The only way that one might come in, I would think, would be the railroad tracks. But even then, they have to go through city streets and stuff, which I get they might do at night. Like, I get it. But it's just like so implausible to me. I mean, some of these things were found on a golf course in Richland. With a bunch of them, it started right outside of where our Costco is, and the neighborhood around there, which is like pretty central.
Whoa, there's like not much around there either.
There's a ton. Right, I mean, the river's all down developed. Further. It's all developed. So, I mean, this coyote, or which they usually are in packs, I do believe, would have had to have been running through the city. And then just disappeared because I don't remember any reports of coyote sightings in the street.
It's a cycle.
We've had cougar sightings.
So many.
But yeah.
There's so many cougars in this town.
I think it's yeah. Every time I walk down the street, there's nothing but a cougar out there.
Hunting us like prey.
Meow, meow. Yeah, so I don't know. I don't think the cougar stuff is as prevalent now, but yeah, like late spring into early summer, man. It's like every week they were saying, "Oh, cougar spotted."
Yeah, well, there was one just about a month ago.
Was that the one where it was like just running down the sidewalk and they had it like on camera?
One after that, there was another one.
Really?
Just recently.
They found it was in right around here.
Yeah,
really close.
I remember that.
Yeah, I
was like, "What the fuck?"
Got shot in the orchard that I used to always walk by. So when I take the dogs,
I don't know. I know we've spoke about it, but I don't know, man. Cougar walk. If I came out and cougar jumped down off my roof or something, I'd shit myself.
Oh yeah, that's probably the last thing that would happen.
I'm going to turn on my fucking sprinklers and
the doorbell
just kind of see
camera,
the glow of the cat, and I'm like, I'm going back inside.
The doorbell camera would catch and then me getting attacked and mutilated. That'd be it. That'd be my last words. Would be a fart, probably a shart.
Dude, it would sound like awful. I just watched this video of this. I can never go off of what the title says because I don't know what the story really is.
Right.
But these kids try to mug a guy. And the guy turns around and he slams the kid. I think I showed you the video. And he starts screaming. Ah, ah!
I love that video.
It's so
I do love it. And I love kids. Like so I don't want kids getting hurt. But when you have kids,
well, I don't know if they're kids. They could be older. They could be they were
like older children. They had to have been in their teens. And that little panicky scream was not an adult panicky scream.
I would laugh if it was.
I mean, my God. I bet you, regardless of age, is going to come at somebody with a weapon and think that there's no harm that might come their way. I really don't care what your age is. You deserve to get body slammed to the ground.
I mean, it's like a whooping. He's going to learn his lesson. He probably won't do that again.
He was begging for the guy not to hurt him. Like, you came at this guy with a gun, you little shit. You deserve to get pummeled, but he didn't. He just kind of held his ground and like...
I think I would get one hit. No, that sign was good enough. That slam was a pretty good slam.
That was a good. He got him up over his head and slammed.
I was watching this video. This guy is in a lock, and it's like a UFC fighter.
Yeah,
a wrestling match. I don't know, but the way he has his arm, someone says tap, and the other persons are like, "No, don't tap, don't tap."
Yeah,
and then all of a sudden you hear, "Oh!" And then the guy that was holding the guy like stopped as soon as he hears it, and you hear it crack on the video. It's like a pop or something. I was like,
right.
He broke something. Because his like arm was all weirded back like this, and his back was to him, and it just the guy was on his back, and the way he had it just had that. He had that. The guy on the back had
so either something dislocated or just flat out broke. Could you tell the video?
It was probably a dislocation, to be honest, because of the way it popped.
Ouch! Oh,
and then our whole arm kind of went dead. So to me, I think he dislocated it, or he could have popped a tendon. I'm
right,
because you never think about that,
right? Yeah,
like when I did my Achilles, like it popped, like you would think of probably like a a joint would do, but it sounds like a pop. Just like that. Yeah, it was rough.
Yeah,
I had to turn the volume down because I'm reading comments trying to figure out how it's like treading out. So
sure,
I'm like, I don't want to hear that pop every 2 seconds. It's like, oh, I'm like, Jesus Christ!
They just keep showing it over and over again.
Yeah, the one thing I was gonna say, at least it was like, good of you to go to the doctor, to see for that. Cause as a guy, we always like,
I wasn't going to at first.
Nah, I got it. It's cool. It's cool.
I was like, if
why
it looks worse tomorrow,
I'm fine. I'm fine.
I want to eat somebody. Like,
Did they give you a fucking shot?
Zombie. No, but I had to fill out a report. So I got a call from the health department. We have to keep the dog here. Like, he can't go anywhere for 10 days.
Oh.
And if I start to have symptoms, I have to go in and get a bunch of rabies stuff done.
I don't think you will.
I think I'm safe. I'm pretty sure the dog had his rabies shot just to be with us. But I love the little guy. Like, he's
a sweet dog.
He's a very good dog. I
don't let the bite scare. He's a very
good dog. I pushed him beyond his limit.
If anybody see him, would never think.
No, because he never would. But we underestimated the level that he would go to when he didn't feel safe.
I think as a dog owner, sometimes you forget like the signs,
right?
You know what I mean?
I knew his signs, but I just felt like we've had him a couple weeks. He's growled before, but I've never had him really bite out. But man, I mean, he bit the way that when dogs get into it. That was kind of how he did it. I was like, okay. That wasn't really how I reacted. I reacted quite large.
I would have.
But in reflecting on it, I was like, reading the signs, he told me. He told me he didn't want to go.
Well, you guys watched the video.
Yeah.
Back, and you guys were saying you seen like, you could tell that he was already giving the signs.
He was really not willing to go.
Why doesn't he want to be out front?
I don't know. He went today. I don't know what it was, but whatever it was,
maybe have a talk with him.
Yeah. Buddy, why didn't you want to go out front? Why'd you bite your dad?
I'll talk to him later.
Haven't you heard that you don't bite the hand that feeds you?
Yeah.
Yeah, we were just trying to get the urine out of him, but Anyway, so I can't use my right hand, which is my dominant hand, so that's fun.
That would suck.
I have to keep it elevated most of the time to keep it from swelling too big.
Yeah.
So I sit like this a lot. Hence, it's hard for me to just sit.
If you see me walk by and I'm waving, you'd be like, I'm not waving at you, dude. Oh.
Not waving, asshole.
Every time
I need to get that, like, the arm sling thing where they put the connector there to hold it up.
Oh, for the shoulder?
Yeah, is that what it is for?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So you don't move your shoulder if you get surgery?
God, that would suck.
So I hear that's a nasty one to do.
I'll bet. Your shoulders often are never the same again.
Oh, I'm sure of it. My buddy Nick, his shoulder dislocated when he was younger, I think he said. Mm-hmm. So even to this day, this one I play softball and I went to the game with, like, to this day, he says when he throws, like, sometimes it doesn't always happen. Obviously, he plays softball, but if he throws hard enough or something,
he'll feel it dislocate again, or just
he'll feel it dislocate. So he'll go to the fence and then he'll just drop his weight. Like, he'll pop it back in. He's done it so much that he can just.
I hear you, but that's God. Can you imagine getting to that point,
dude? I dislocated my thumb because it popped the tendon, or the ligament, or whatever, right here,
right.
And I tried to be tough and
put it
I'm
back
like in. Walking away,
dropped you to your knees,
and as soon as I touched it, I was like, I'm good.
Nope.
We'll go to the doctor.
This is a doctor time. Well, that's how this was. It got to the point. It was just throbbing, and I was like, you know what? Because I think I started to feel a little queasy. And I was like, I'm not gonna.
Well, I mean, I think it says a lot because younger us would have probably just ignored it.
Well, I just
I'm not even ignored it, but just be like, I ain't going to the doctor.
Well, I didn't want to pay to go to the doctor, but at the end, I'm like, well, I also don't want to risk losing my hand. So, dog mouths are not.
Yeah. Then who the fuck am I going to golf with?
Yeah. Right.
Happy.
What am I going to do?
He's going to be happy.
Hey, I'm a Chubbs.
Right.
Happy. You got to get in there, Happy.
It's all the hips.
It's all in the hips. Get off of me.
I still say that when I golf, awesome. when we like putt, like that goes through my mind.
Right? Yeah. Why don't you want to go home, ball?
I just try to do the hips thing.
Right.
I don't even know if that's even true. But that's what I remember.
Such a great movie. One of my favorite scenes is such a little stupid scene, but when he goes to visit his grandma in the elderly home. And he's trying to fix her AC.
Yeah.
And he slaps it and it falls out the window and he looks and the old lady's laying there. Missa, help. Grandma, I think I just killed that Missa lady.
I think that's him.
It could be because the way he says it, that is obviously not really.
I do love those scenes. I love Ben Stiller in that.
Yeah.
I got a nice warm glass and shut the hell up.
Oh, you want some milk?
Yeah.
Don't worry, we're gonna take great care of Grandma.
He's all making him sew and shit.
Yeah, we have 200 blankets that need to go out today, and if it doesn't happen, someone's gonna have a problem.
So I started watching this show. Well, I just finished it with Our Flag Means Death. And so it's like there's Blackbeard. So Blackbeard teams up with this other guy who's wanting to be a pirate kind of thing. Right?
Yeah.
And this guy's like a gentleman. He calls himself the gentleman pirate. Right? Because he doesn't want to kill. He's very proper. Has a nice collection of clothes. Right?
Yes, not your traditional pirate.
No, not at all.
Not a looter and a plunderer.
No, he's not. He's not anything like that. So, he wants to learn to be a pirate, and there's an interaction that happens where Blackbeard's like, I don't really like how they, talk to me, and he goes, "That's called passive aggression." And Blackbeard's like, "Passive aggression? That's diabolical. I don't like that passive aggression."
He's all like a psychologist or something.
The guy's telling him what passive aggression is, and he's like, and Blackbeard's just like, because Blackbeard's tired of being a pirate, and so he wants to see what it's like to be like that,
to be straight, right?
Yeah. So he's like, okay, you tell me what it's like. You teach me the ways of like a gentleman, kind of, and I'll teach you the ways to being a pirate.
Sure.
And so there's like, little cutscenes of them like learning each other's stuff. I highly recommend that show. It's fucking funny.
Man.
It's very smart and brilliantly.
Yeah.
It's a brilliant show. It's done really well because it interacts like there's
lends
new
itself
stuff
to comedy.
Oh, that whole part where they have where he hates the passive aggression.
Yeah,
it's pretty funny.
Didn't they do that with like a mafia thing one time? I'm trying to think of what it was, where somebody was trying to not. Was it the whole 9 yards or something like that, or Tin Cup?
It could have been that. I don't know about Tin Cup. It could have been what's the
guy's trying to go straight, but he keeps doing like really screwed up stuff, right? Like
I was thinking of the one where Robert De Niro sees a psychiatrist.
Oh, Analyze This?
Yeah.
Maybe it was Analyze This.
I was thinking
that
of
would
that
make sense. I think it is, yeah.
I don't remember what Tin Cup was. I knew it was a golf movie.
Tin Cup. Am I even thinking of the right movie?
Kevin Costner was a golfer.
Okay, I'm thinking of the completely wrong movie. That's right. That makes sense. What was the one with, was it The Whole 9 Yards with Bruce Willis, where he's like a hitman or something?
Yeah, and he's trying to be good.
He's trying to be good. So that maybe that's what I was thinking.
It could be that one.
No, but the Mafia one was definitely De Niro.
Could be.
Yeah.
I haven't watched both those movies in forever. I wonder if they hold weight. You know how there's some shows that just
right.
You watch it and you're like, I can't watch this shit. This is garbage.
I enjoyed when The Sopranos brought up Analyze This. Remember that when Tony goes to
That's in one of the second season.
It's in the second season when Dr. Melfi won't see him anymore because of everything that happens. And the guy goes, look, Mr. Spears, I watch the news and I've seen Analyze This. I don't need this in my life right now. He goes, Analyze This was a fucking comedy.
I know.
I love that show.
Alicia was just like looking for something to watch. And I was like, oh, Sopranos, I gotta start watching that again.
Yeah. It's good.
She's like, oh, and I'm like, no, I think you'll like it. I think she'd
Blanca
like it.
didn't think she was gonna like it at first, but she did.
Well, that's how I felt about Schitt's Creek at first, but I mean that's a funny show.
You get into some of these shows, and a lot of it's like Sopranos. I think is the same as Schitt's Creek in the sense that the character development is well done.
Yeah,
and you have story, but you also really buy into these people and who they are.
Yeah.
And like The Sopranos, somebody, I forget who it was. I know my brother's the one that told me about it, but somebody somewhere said that the difference between Sopranos and like Breaking Bad or some of these other shows is like you watch Breaking Bad and you say that is a damn good show. You watch The Sopranos and you forget that it's a show.
No.
And there is kind of a point where you can kind of buy in so much that you have to remind yourself
that this is a show.
They actually have footage of mobsters sitting around, like the FBI audio when they're getting bugged. I'm saying, did you watch The Sopranos the other night? That was us. They were showing us. That was our story. That was the thing that we did.
That's kind of
like,
cool.
It's crazy. Like they actually have
real?
Yes, real mobsters that the FBI is like wiretapping. They're saying, hey, you were on last night. You see that? They knocked off that thing. It's the job that you did. You know, they're like,
that's cool.
Like, the FBI is like, let's take a note of that. What episode was that?
Episode 3, season 4. Okie doke.
Oh man, it was good stuff.
That's pretty cool, man.
Yeah.
But no, this week's been crazy.
It's been.
You know, I thought it would, like mentally would be tougher.
It's
and don't get me wrong, it's been tough, but it hasn't been as draining as I thought. It's actually been kind of cool. I mean,
well, good. Right. Yeah,
could be worse.
Like you said, I think you do have kind of your own four walls here. It's not like sometimes you just want to get away and have your own space. So if you want to, you go inside the other house.
Our wives are they're homebodies for the most part. They like their space.
They can't hang out as much as we can.
No,
that's all right.
No, we get a lot of shit for it, but a little bit. We get a lot of shit. I'm not even gonna,
you go to your boyfriends. You go hang out with your boyfriend. Yeah, Blanca one time she got really mad at me. She's like, really, I worry about it sometimes. Like, I think you like him too much. I'm like, babe.
Yeah, I think she told me that, and I was just like,
no. Are we good friends?
Extra.
Yes.
Right.
You know, there are limits to the friendship.
I know. They like to fuck with us. That's it.
Anyway.
Yeah. I mean, the massages are, I guess, weird for some people.
Yeah. I mean, sleeping naked for warmth. When we're camping, I don't know. Is that wrong?
It was what? 70 outside. It was fucking cold.
I gotta chill.
I know. It's so stupid. It's so funny though.
We don't actually do that for the record. We sleep fully clothed. And
people are probably there's going to be those people that'll be like,
yeah,
I think they do a little bit.
Yeah.
I was actually just telling one of my buddies that went with us to the game about the show, and he listened to our last one, and I think he liked it.
Yeah.
So I thought that was cool. So
hey, if you care about yourself and you care about your friends, this is a great place to come for.
Sometimes we talk about nothing.
Yep. Sometimes we talk about something.
Yeah. No, sometimes, I mean, I know our show doesn't always cover mental health, and we don't always.
Well, we don't want it to always. I mean, I'm just trying to bombard you with
depression. I ain't trying to make you depressed.
However, if you are depressed, you can always dial 988 and get yourself some help.
I was actually just saw a video just probably just before work ended.
Yeah.
But this
right after work. I gotcha.
Yeah, during work, after work, something like that.
Right after work ended.
But I was on a break and this guy he's like, yeah, you know, when you're at home all the time and working from home, or you get depressed. Mm-hmm. You know, he said something and I was like, so I had comment. I was like, yeah, no.
Super
Check out this podcast.
Yeah, you know, I was listening to these two awesome guys talk about the same thing.
That. I'm going to start doing that.
Just make yourself a false
person.
Yeah. Mr. Bean says.
He's credible.
Although I guess Mr. Bean doesn't talk, so.
Right. I seen him, Mr. Bean,
the actor or whatever.
Was it Roy Atkinson or something?
What his name is, yeah.
He won an award.
Yeah.
So he goes up there and I think as Mr. Bean.
Oh, really? So he didn't say anything. He just did.
He walked up, snatched the award, and walked out. He just grabbed it, turned around, and walked away.
Did he do a face or anything?
He just looked at the guy and just went.
Did you ever see him?
It was so funny. It was just so like, dang.
Did you ever see him in Rat Race? Have you ever seen him?
I love Rat Race. Where he falls asleep.
Room. What a beautiful room. I love this room.
He's the one who falls asleep, right? He's like,
they're all getting ready to go and he's running. Hi.
Was he about to put it in?
I think at the very end, he was going to win. And then he fell asleep.
He's funny. He's a brilliant actor. Actually.
He really is.
Actually pretty good.
And he's got that British wit, you know.
Yeah, he's funny. Yeah. He's I think it's Rory Atkinson.
You're probably right. I don't know why I can't think of his name.
Something like that.
Well, kind of, the topic that you were getting to, I did want to say, like I was telling you before we started recording here, that I was watching the first season of
Alone.
Mm-hmm. And there was a younger guy on the show. I got through the whole thing. Like I got to the end of it. And this kid he's probably like our age, made it really, really
40.
fun. But he's not, but I mean, he looks younger than some of the other guys. He makes it super deep into the show. And the whole time you can just tell he's really struggled with feelings about himself throughout his life. Just the way he'll bring things up. He'll talk. He built a boat at one point, and the whole time building it, he's saying like, I really hope this works because I have a really hard time when something doesn't work. I start to really doubt myself. And
I think that's the thing we all.
Yeah, I mean, but it was so. I think because you just these guys are alone with a camera. It's just them. They can let things out in a way that maybe they wouldn't in normal society.
Well, I've seen some guys where they get like, and you'll notice like when if you start watching all this, like. You'll see the anger come out, the frustration. So I think it's real feelings that come out because they're the only ones recording.
Yeah. Well, and the one guy, he got picked up and he said, like, man, that camera did not help me. And the producers were like, really? And he goes, yeah, there's something about sitting there talking your heart out to this camera. For me, he goes, I don't know, for some people maybe, but for me, that was the hardest part.
Well, because you want someone to listen.
Well, I was saying, like, it was getting him to bring out every thought, fear, feeling he ever had. Because there's nothing you can do but deal with yourself. It was really interesting to hear people talk about it that way. And it does make you think there is some value to just going away by yourself for a little bit.
I think so. I think sometimes being alone, it's good because, like, you do find yourself.
Right.
Sometimes, hopefully, okay, that's, this is what I'm dealing with. Now I can fix that.
Right. I just started season 2, and there's a gal that was a police officer, and before that was in the military. And her reason for going out is she wants to work through some of the hard memories and things.
Yeah.
And okay. I'm just on like episode 1 of that season, but it was interesting. I'm like, that's going to be hard. That's going to be really flipping hard.
Yeah. especially when like some of the stuff she goes
that's
kicks
like
in.
PTSD, possibly. That's like some heavy stuff. So I'm interested in seeing how she does. She's a tough gal, though.
Yeah, I think she's the one who snipes out a bear or two.
Could. I wouldn't be shocked.
No, I haven't seen anybody take out a bear yet, but I have seen someone take out a moose.
One guy, he left like 2 hours in. I think he's left faster than anybody else I've ever seen on the show. And he was like,
"Is this your second season watching one?"
Yeah. Well, this is technically my third season, but I started with season 8, and then I went back to 1. So now I'm on season 2.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You'll see
some guys.
He's joking around with his friends, and I get it, like, because he's been through stuff. He was a military guy, so like I get, you know what I'm talking about.
Was he the one that was like? He's seen a bear.
Yeah, he was joking with his friends. He's like, "Yeah, I'm getting in a fight with a bear. They're gonna have to come and help the bear." You know what I mean? They're all laughing.
Yeah.
First thing he does, get out the boat. There's Bear's cat right there.
He was like, he was actually right next to some bears, though.
I don't know that he
wasn't.
I don't recall him actually seeing bear. He just kept running into bear scat, and he knew that they were around. And it's before the first night. The
reality
sun's
hits in,
kind of going down, and you see the boat coming up. He goes, "Yep, I called it." He's like, he goes, because he said like they're just eerie. He's like, these woods are just eerie. Like I can't explain it. It's so quiet, and they're so
scared,
full.
Right? Cool.
I get it.
I'd be scared too. That's fucking bear.
I slept in my truck one night when I went last summer alone because I talked about that because I was going to put a tent out and I kept hearing rustling in the bushes. I was like, I don't give a shit what that is. I'm not going to find out.
I mean,
I slept like a baby that night.
I ain't a tough person, but I mean, I'm not like a puss, but I'm. Yeah, there's I got limits.
Being completely alone, because like where I wasn't completely alone.
Yeah.
On the opposite end of this little like built-in camp area, there was like a pretty wide field, right, where they had like rocked out little like pea gravelly kind of areas where you could pull into. So it was like an RV park, but very rustic. It's up there in the Toucannon. So there was a guy and his buddy over way across the way. I mean, loud or close enough I could hear his generator going, but not close enough where I could hear what they were saying or their voices or anything. So I kind of at least felt that piece of like, well, there's somebody else here. Like if there's a cat ripping my throat out, they'd probably kind of hear something. Yeah, maybe not with their generator going. But, do you hear something?
Wait, what was that?
I thought I heard a little bitch out there somewhere in the dark. But as I sound like the kid getting body slammed.
Yeah.
No, please. But no, like I'm not that tough. Well, my uncle that we laid to rest. I mean, I think I've said this part on the air. Like he was a tough guy. He would up into his 60s. He was going hunting, like bow hunting.
That's cool.
Going down into ravines to pull out the animals he got, and like I don't know, he was freaking tough. And he had a night he got too far out and his truck died, and he had to walk back to camp. Pitch black. I don't think he had a light. He had like whatever little moonlight there was in the forest, and he could hear a cat following him. And so he knew enough about nature that he kind of did his best to just turn around enough and make it clear to the cat he knew it was there. But it was dark enough. It just kept tracking him.
Motherfucker, I see you. You ain't quiet.
So he's like, that was probably one of the most nervous times of my life. Like, I get it. He didn't leave, though. He got back to his camp, and he was just a part of the
Blue, I'm sleeping in my truck until the morning.
Yeah. He did have a camper out there. One of those like little old dinky campers, like his, I forget what he called it, like his hunting camper or whatever. I don't know. But
yurt.
Yeah, right. But man, he was tough. He accidentally chainsawed his leg one time.
Off and put it back.
Yeah, he was cutting wood, and I guess it slipped and hit his leg. So he had to have my cousin hit the gas pedal as he drove him out of there. He was out in the woods.
Got him pretty good.
He couldn't use that foot until he got into town and got it fixed. But
yeah, I can imagine, dude.
Pretty well.
So sometimes I use my little chainsaw. It's an electric chainsaw. Badass.
Still, though, yeah.
But I still get nervous, especially if it binds up on something.
You gotta be careful. Yeah, it can jump on you.
Dude, if it jumps, or even if just the chain snaps, that's not going to feel good.
No. I never thought about that. Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Right.
That's a lot of velocity coming off that after that snap.
Yep. Whips into you with those damn teeth.
Well, that's why they wear those like leathers and stuff for that reason.
Leather assless chaps and whatnot.
Yes. They thought it was weird when I worked in the tree store. Climbing trees in my chaps.
When
like,
I rode in with my chains and my
like so-and-so.
my gag ball.
You're with Barber. No, not him. New guys with Barber. Huh. Got something to show him.
Can you push me off the tree?
I need a help. I'm short.
Jeez. That's not the kind of leather we wear, Barber. God damn it, Barber.
That'd be funny if someone never did that just as a joke to like the new guy or something.
God. Oh, that'd be great.
Hey, you're with.
I can imagine
you're
that.
With so-and-so.
I think that would be their sense of humor. Somebody's dressed
like an ashless chaps. They're dressed like they're gonna really climb a tree, but then
man,
bootyless.
God.
But no, and going back to Alone, I think that is pretty cool that you can find yourself and you can find.
Yeah, well, that's like this guy. I mean, at the end of it, he made
I guess that's
yurts to live in. He made a musical instrument to play. He made a boat that he could go out in, and it all worked. And it was kind of cool to see him develop that level of confidence. To some point, he goes, basically, he said, like, I've never believed in myself. I've never been good at anything. I wasn't good at sports. I wasn't like overly good at school. I wasn't good at music. I wasn't good at anything. You know, he's just average all around. But I feel like I can be proud of what I've done here. And I was like, that's really
well,
cool.
You can take that in, like, just because you're not like the best at something doesn't mean you can't be the best at it for yourself.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like that's probably like a feeling of accomplishment.
Yeah.
And
you can waste a lot of time worrying about what other people think.
Yeah.
Or you can get to living.
Get busy living or get busy dying.
Your choice.
What was
You're
that?
doing one or the other. I don't know.
Was that from? Oh, it was from fucking Shawshank. Get busy living or get busy dying.
I used to watch that movie.
Shawshank. It's always on
loop. Yeah, I'm trying to remember.
Ask my wife right now. She's open the door.
It's been a while since I've seen that movie now. So, is it when the guy's going to get released?
Yeah.
Who's the guy that kills himself? The old guy,
Murray or
Murphy
or something.
That was sad.
Yeah, I bet you that happens
when they show Morgan
when
Freeman get out,
institutionalized like that. I can see why, like, especially if you've been locked up for
when they go
years.
in. The guy had gone before Cars. Right, the Murray guy, he had gone in before Cars. When he gets out, there's cars everywhere. Yeah, like, can you imagine that,
dude? I've always thought that, like how trippy would it be to live, like you like I would hear, like, when I was younger, like, so and so lived to 110, 120, and I'm like, I start doing the math in my head. I'm like, bro, they seen phones. Yeah, they were there before the phone. They're dying when their cell phones. How crazy is that?
My grandfather was born in 1909. I mean, you just think about that.
Was he racist? I'm just kidding.
I'm sure it was.
1909.
He didn't act like it, but
no, I'm just kidding.
It's either 1909 or 1919. I think it was 1909. He was old as shit. He was old as shit. He remembered when Roosevelt brought electricity and telephones out to their area of Arkansas.
That'd be crazy.
He was in his 20s when World War II started.
Oh, dude. Did he get drafted? Did he end up? Oh.
No. He was a very nervous man. And I think he had flat feet or something. There was some medical military reason why he wasn't drafted.
Isn't that a weird medical reason?
To flat feet. I mean, you're willing to go fight, but you got flat feet.
Sorry.
That's going to screw you.
Do you think they do that now? Do you think that was a thing they believed because you're flat-footed, so you won't be able to run?
Well, you think it'd be like arch supports down, like, too bad, private, got your arch supports, get out there. Like, it does seem weird, but I don't know. I mean, you always hear about
because they even said, like, if like the last of your bloodline, sort of. Right. So if you like, I'm my dad's only son,
the Saving Private Ryan sort of thing.
Yeah. So I'm like my dad's only son. So
right.
Sorry, Pop. Or sorry, U.S. I can't go.
Sorry, U.S. I got to be here for my family, for my heritage, my heirlooms.
For my heirlooms. I got to be here for my heirlooms.
For the looms, I got to be here for them.
I ain't going to kill me a Mongol.
Right. So good.
Yeah.
Not today. Loves buying up them buildings, but I ain't going after no Mongol.
You can go to hell.
He was a real estate Mongol.
Hey man, that's what.
Yeah, well, Saving Private Ryan, that was the whole thing. Like he was the last brother alive. All of his other brothers were killed, so they did this whole mission to go in and get him. That was a movie. No idea if that was a real story at all or not.
I doubt it.
But I could see that being a story where they're like, you know what, this family's lost a lot. We need to get this guy out of there.
I feel like I love my country, but I feel like they don't care that much now. They could have then, but like now they're like.
I think you're always if you are
you signed up for it.
Well, the thing about being in the military, you're $1 million machine. Like you're
until you're
paid
out
for to be a weapon.
Yeah,
and yeah, that's the side of it.
That's the side that's the sad part.
That's the thing. Yeah, they just didn't pass a bill to fund the vets, and it's pretty shitty.
How fucked up is I don't know. That's a whole
they
other
claim
thing.
That there are these reasons why.
There's no reason.
But Jon Stewart, if you listen to him, he's pretty pissed off about it because he's been working with these groups.
Well, there's no reason why.
They're lying. They're saying that there are like all these veterans groups. Jon Stewart's like, that's a lie. All the veterans groups that like matter, that are real veterans groups, are here and are fighting for this.
Yeah.
You wouldn't take meetings with us. You wouldn't it's all these people that want to look good and want to do the tweet about patriotism on all these holidays, but nuts and bolts when it comes to paying for it.
How fucked up is that?
I don't know. I think a priority of America should be taking care of veterans. That's my opinion.
Well,
if I pay a little more, then so be it. But
which we've talked about that.
That's something worth paying for. So we'll pay trillions of dollars to send them overseas with shoddy equipment.
But why do we fund it? I mean, we've funded other countries' weapons and stuff.
Well, Jon Stewart's argument was, and I tend to like his opinions on things. So if you don't, then take
Jon Stewart. He's funny.
His comments, because he's gotten really involved in these types of things. Mm-hmm. He was all for like the 9/11 first responders, and now he's doing a lot for vets. And he said, we're supporting the war machine. We're not interested in the vets. We're not interested in the people.
No, we don't want
the collateral damage.
We don't want the
We're
scraps.
interested in the companies that exist off of this and the infrastructure of technologies and whatnot that is in this sphere of economics. That's what we're supporting. Yeah. So all these bills, everything that you see that get passed have to do with funding the war machine and nothing to do
with what happens to that
during
machine.
The Iraq invasion. Soldiers were taking scrap metal and welding it to their vehicles because the Humvees were so poorly built. They were just standard.
That's so sad.
They weren't steel plated or anything. So they were taking steel that was like left over from other broken down things, and they were welding it to protect themselves. And yet we are paying private contractors to go over and essentially burn trucks because if they didn't use it, they would lose the funding for it. So they would flat out commit fraud,
like on a purposely do it,
purposely burn vehicles that they overcharge the government for.
To any business that does that will
like that's a crime.
You're going to jail, dude.
Not when you're
that's fraudulent. You're fucking with your insurance.
A military contractor. Nope, it's totally different.
That's so.
It's sad, but it's like that was a norm of doing business, I guess. But so some of that we need to look at and decide what do we really value as a culture.
I don't know. Come on, we got to take care of the guys that fucking.
You would
make it easier for us. I know our country's fucked up, you know.
Well, but it's always been and it always will be. Like the thing about all the politics side of stuff is you're always going to feel like it's fucked up because your side's never always going to win. Yeah. And that's the way America should be.
The other day, they shouldn't, and I don't like to get into politics too much because I'm not like very well educated on politics. But what they should do, I don't think this will ever happen, but and maybe it's happening. Like I said, I don't know.
Sure. Oh, I gotcha.
So you get a president who's, we'll say Republican, Democrat, whatever, who cares?
Right.
And then their running mate has to be the opposite.
It used to kind of be that way. If I remember
what I mean?
Right.
Like your vice president is now either Republican or Democrat.
What used to happen was whoever got the majority of the vote became the president, and whoever got like second, I think it was that they became vice president.
I think that would be cool to do.
So I just think it's on the American people. I think no matter what we do at this point, if we're not willing to like kind of deal with each other and hear each other out and not hate each other anymore, it's the American people that have caused the problem.
Yeah.
We fill our heads with one point of view and then we hate the other side.
Well, yeah,
true. And like I don't know.
Because you're going to hear it from the news or which we've talked about.
On all these, everybody's going to want their guy to do something about the thing that pisses them off, and the news is going to keep feeding that, and it just turns into the spiral.
So I want to see some guy come out and just be like, "No, so my running mate, he's a Democrat,
right?
Or my running mate, he's a Republican,
right?
We maybe see some things the same, but we don't see everything. I just maybe I want to see someone come together like that where they can just
focus on what we do agree on, and let's make a deal that maybe we don't both love, but we can tolerate.
Yeah. I think you can find a happy line.
Isn't that kind of where we're supposed to negotiate to? But it's not that way anymore. And sadly, our vets get to pay for it.
I know.
Just I would like to ask. Ted Cruz pissed me off because he voted against it, and he's claiming that he loves vets and stuff.
He's an idiot.
So I don't really comment on people's, but I commented on his, and I said, I'll tell you what. Why don't you stop talking about it until you propose a bill that cuts your salary and your benefits and diverts that to vets. Then why don't you give your opinion on how you feel about vets? Because they get really good salaries. They get lifetime health care. They get retirement plans. And they're the ones that vote to have that. And I don't care what party they are. I don't care who the person is.
Yeah.
It is a fraudulent claim. If you are not writing a bill to right this wrong, you can't claim that you love vets. It's that simple.
Yeah, for sure.
Either make it a priority and do it, or don't make some statement. You know what I mean? That's my feeling anyway. But
no, I agree.
That just seems like a straightforward, open. Like, who's going to come out and say, I don't like vets? I think we should not support vets.
I want to see someone say that.
Is that a winning strategy? It's like,
what's the point though?
Who gives a shit about the deficit when it comes to something so important? I mean, I get the deficit. Don't get me wrong. But it's just like, man, if there's one thing you're going to pay for,
at least do the vet.
I mean,
I'm telling you, we pay for so much other random stupid shit. Like, we can fork out a couple bucks
for the vets, right? Like, we can give them access to mental health. It's the things that we will accept as a norm. The suicide rate among service people, it's atrocious. That for the leaders of the world, that is something we have not addressed and fixed.
Right. Come on. It's not. I don't think it's that hard.
It shouldn't be, because we should prioritize it. But my phone's bleeping people. But obviously that's not going to happen right now. So anyway,
no, it's just the wife, your wife, saying Elena's at Lily's.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Our old neighbor Lily.
Yeah, I think so.
Well, that's cool. Yeah, they haven't played in a while or hung out.
Talk about two opposites.
Elena got a little annoyed with Lily one time. She spent the night and they were doing Lily wanted to make a bunch of jewelry and stuff to sell on the road.
I remember.
The next morning, Lily's like dragging him up at like 8:30 in the morning. Elena looks exhausted. Lily's like, come on, let's go. And Elena's picking up this chair and looking super annoyed as they go out the front door.
She's like, I kind of want to hit you with this chair.
Yeah, she's like, I just wanted to sleep, but
and Elena, now she can get up early-ish.
Oh, that kid is so funny. She when they were selling things, she would yell at people with her sign like, buy a bracelet. And then this guy drove by and she goes, God bless you. All angry.
God, that kid, that was funny. I remember we drove up when they were doing that.
Yeah.
Because you guys were doing a yard sale that day?
I think.
I don't remember. They made some money, though.
Dude, they made more money than we did. We were giving our crap away.
I'm there.
I hate yard sales. I just told Blanca, like, we need to not do them. And she goes, well, why? I go, because here's what happens. Everybody brings their stuff over. We don't sell a bunch of it. And then we end up, I have to load it all onto a trailer and take it to Goodwill anyway.
Yeah, I remember we did that.
Yeah, so I would rather
and then
just
we
take
gave
it all
some
to
stuff
Goodwill.
Away. And...
Oh, tons of stuff. Delivered it to the lady's house, which I'm happy for.
Yeah, that was cool. Hopefully they're using that really well. Or...
I hope it helped them. I'm not upset about that, but it's just like, if I can skip out on the day of work before just taking the load of shit, I'd rather do that.
How about you guys come at me when it's over?
Yeah.
I want to help.
See, that's the thing. I'll be the delivery guy.
Yeah.
You guys sell what you can, load it all in the trailer, I'll be the union driver. Come out.
You come out watching them carry something heavy. You're like,
Right. Sorry.
They're like, do you need? Can I help? Can you help us?
It's against contract. I'm a driver, man.
I'm just the driver.
Union rules. I drive. Yeah, and you got like 20 more minutes to get that loaded. Let's go.
Contracts right here if you want to read it.
I can call my rep. right now.
Right.
We get him on the phone. Huh?
I know. Fuck.
No.
But yeah, help veterans, bitches.
Seriously, it's not that hard.
No,
Ted Cruz, I call on you. You were the one saying that you support vets. Then do it,
man.
You write a bill. You write a bill. Don't put any other fluff or anything.
Trying to help.
Just do it.
Fuck you, Ted Cruz.
Yeah.
No, I don't really care for the guy.
I don't either.
I don't know him either, but he don't sound like a good guy.
He's kind of a weasel, I think. But anyway,
I wonder who all voted against that. Anyway, I can look that up.
He's not even my senator. He's for Texas. So
fuck Texas.
Whatever. Texas, you love him. That's fine. He's your guy.
Although one of my techs, she's from Texas, but other than that, fuck Texas.
Yeah. Yeah, some of their food's kind of good. So other than that,
yeah, I don't really care for any of their teams.
Yeah, the Cowboys.
One thing I did have. Well, it's nothing like special, but
that's all right. Let's end on something light. Huh?
Yeah, it's pretty light, I guess.
Okay. Unless it's not, but
I guess there was a space telescope image that was going around. This scientist, a French scientist, had to apologize though because he was claiming that it was a distant star taken by the James Webb Space Telescope.
No, is that the new telescope?
Yeah, it's like
super distant photos.
Yeah, super nice photos, apparently.
So how did a French guy get his hands on that telescope?
I don't know, but it turned out it was a piece of chorizo.
So he did this purposefully. Like he took a picture of his chorizo and said, "Look, guys, it's a planet." Because
he's a scientist, and because
the other scientists weren't going to look at it and be like, "No, that's a chorizo."
I'm like, buddy, that's chorizo. What the heck?
Although that was like some bloody chorizo, I think.
It was pretty. It was pretty.
I mean, it looked kind of like a blood moon or something.
It does look blood moonish. Let me see.
Right. I mean, look at that thing. It's got a halo around it. We call that the Jesus star.
Well,
that's crazy.
That kind of helped. The halo helps with copyright laws and all that thing. Right. You guys don't know.
If you're not watching, we just showed you a picture of the chorizo. I think we can legally show it because it's not a star. It's a fraudulent piece of food.
It looks like a red planet, though.
I would say, I mean, like you could tell me it's Mars, and I believe
if you guys look it up, it's like this is on a CNN's website. So
there you go.
Incredible easy to news find. Source. Too,
easy to
by
find.
The way.
Easy to find.
CNN knows their stuff. But yeah, I thought that was funny. I was like, damn. But I would have believed it kind of too if I seen it.
Yeah.
But then after it's chorizo and you start looking, you're like, that
okay,
does look like chorizo.
I've eaten that before.
I can tell.
Yeah.
He can cut that. But another space before we close out this was the FBI. This ain't it, but I just seen this popped up. I guess the FBI executed a search warrant at former President Donald Trump's Mar-a-Lago home.
Yep. They believe that he kept documents that he wasn't supposed to. He was ordered to turn everything over to the National Archives, and he didn't.
Oh, like documents from like the White House or whatever?
Yeah, you have to. Like they're not yours. It's for the public record or whatever, and he refused to, and he kept them. So I think it finally caught up to him. He's claiming that it's politically motivated and whatnot, but the reality is he did things he wasn't supposed to do. So
who knows? I don't know. No one knows.
But yeah, he's pretty pissed about it. He's going off on it right now, but we'll see what happens. Yeah.
But what I was going to discuss, it just popped up on my phone. That's why I was like, what the fuck? Well, this is on the Kima News, which is our like local news kind of. I think it's Kima. Oh, no, this was Cincinnati.
It could be our
Kima
news.
I don't know. Anyway.
KIMA. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Scientists are meeting to discuss why the Earth is spinning faster than normal, which is causing days to be shorter.
Well, that's not okay.
No, it's not. Goddamn Earth, you better fix that. No wonder why this month went by so fast.
Pretty soon it's going to be like in morning, but you're going to be like in the afternoon.
20-hour days
How
now.
the hell is this going to work?
I didn't get into it, but I saw that. I thought that was...
Dude, that's scary. Like noticeably faster or like a minuscule amount? Obviously, I'm thinking.
How fast? How much? So on June 29th,
0.000293 whatever.
So on June 29th, 2022, the Earth completed its spin 1.59 milliseconds earlier than normal.
That's still got to mean something, though, right? Like because like I think my clock in my Toyota that I used to have was 1.59 milliseconds off, and I swear to God, I had to reset that thing like 2 times a year just to keep it like on. That like compounds. I know that's like a minuscule amount, but like
for something so big though,
why is it
that probably adds up
doing that?
I don't know. That's what they're meaning to discuss that. I got to follow up on that one. But it like they say the Earth's gradually slowing down, which is why there are leap seconds in the calendar.
So we are slowing down. I thought they said we were speeding up.
I don't know. It's already contradictory.
We're doing both.
We're slowing down and speeding up.
And scientists want to know why.
The Earth's doing what it's supposed to. Damn it!
Why is the Earth not reacting? I am curious.
The one thing I don't understand is how is it spinning if we're flat? Like a quarter?
Let's get back to the real issue here. How does a flat thing spin? Is it a disc? I can't move my fucking hand.
Oh, it's like a quarter,
right?
That's how we're spinning.
Yeah, do we spin that way? Yeah. And why don't we feel wind on us every once in a while? Stupid, man.
It was funny though. But no, that's what I had. Those funny little news stories.
Man,
I mean, not funny, but interesting anyway.
Yeah. God, that one's kind of almost scary if it amounted to anything.
I don't know. There's something I see.
1.59 milliseconds does, but
how fast? That's like
that
was quicker than that.
Like, so it's not noticeable now, but like 10 years, 20 years, 30 years in our lifetime, are we gonna like notice somehow?
I don't know. I wonder. That'd be interesting.
I don't want my day getting shorter. I feel like there's not enough sunlight as it is.
No, dude, I don't need my days to be shorter. I already don't want to work. Now you're gonna make me work more,
right?
Oh, maybe door work would be shorter.
If they make work shorter, but they're not gonna pay you the same. Why would they pay you for work?
Or would I know? Actually, work would be the same. It's just I'd get off work and it'd be dark.
Yeah, exactly. It'd be like we were working in winter all the time.
God, I hate winter for that
reason. Imagine living in Alaska up where that does that, where it's like. And during summer, it never gets dark. No, it gets like twilight, and then instantly the sun comes back.
What did you see? Like that movie Insomnia?
Yeah,
Al Pacino.
Right.
It'd be like that.
Yeah. Or then during winter, it gets almost dark, and then it gets almost light, and then it gets like pitch black again. That's what I meant.
Yeah, but I don't know. Either way, like too much light or dark all the time would suck.
Either way, you need a healthy balance.
Yeah,
which I feel like we get. For the most part here.
Oh, yeah.
You start shaving off milliseconds on me.
God damn it, these count.
Right. Can we shave off the milliseconds like in the night part of it?
Yeah, there you go.
Although I do like my sleep too.
I don't sleep like long hours, so I'm like, wow, I don't know. I sleep maybe 6 hours a week.
This whole summer. 6 hours a week. This guy's dead.
I don't sleep much, I'm telling you. I sleep 30 minutes a night.
I get the best sleep.
No, it's 6 hours. I average probably 6 hours.
Yeah, I've been like staying like pretty early riser this summer. In the past, my summers have gone like the later in the summer it got, the later I slept in. But I did that, teaching over summer, and I don't think I had time to like really get super lazy. Mm-hmm. So I'm still getting up at like 6.
Well, I get like I don't know. It's the same for me.
Yeah.
Like, now I got dogs and they keep me up.
We got dogs, so yeah, they start moving around and shit.
Our dogs are here too, by the way. So there's like what? And this is I'm about to throw a number out that's not exaggerating. There's probably about 13 dogs,
at least, right? Because I think we have 11 of our own.
We have 4,
so we have 15 dogs here right now.
Yeah, so that's not a joke.
I know that sounds insane. It's not as crazy as it seems.
It's really not.
Yeah,
and all the dogs get around,
kind of a pack, and they've gotten to the point where when they're not biting your hand, they're for
the most part, the dogs have been doing well.
And the dog that bit my hand is a very, very sweet dog. I just want to say it again. I feel like it was my fault. So
Nash is a good boy for the most part.
Isn't this what an abusive relationship is, though? It was my fault.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
I'll never do it again.
I'll never do it again. And he looked at me and put his head on me and said, why'd you make me bite you?
I know.
If anybody
He's an
sees
abuser.
you,
Fuck.
if anybody asks about this, you fell down the stairs.
I know.
Okay, I fell.
I'm sorry, Nash.
So abuse is not really funny.
No.
Joking about my dog abusing me is funny. So for anyone that was confused by that, that was what that was.
Abuse is not funny.
Abuse is not funny. And if you are in an abusive relationship,
get the fuck out.
To get some help to get out of that situation. Because
run.
I'm going to say he, because like, let's face it, most of the time it would be he.
Yeah.
Sometimes it can be
that's the misconception, though. I bet a lot of guys get abused.
I think the severity, we downplay it when it's the other way.
You know?
So for anybody that's in an abusive relationship, just know they're not going to change. If they were going to change, they would be changing.
You want to keep getting hit, pretty much, or not even mentally abused.
Like it's a cycle. If you find yourself in a cycle, it's so hard.
Mm-hmm.
But we're with you.
That's probably the hardest.
Just like once you break the cycle, it's easier theoretically. I do feel bad for low income people that don't have a lot of options.
Oh,
there are people that get stuck where really at the end of the day, what do you do?
What do you mean, like with no help? Or?
Yeah, there's what was that show, the Maid or something that was on Netflix? It came out a while ago. This girl is she's getting out of a relationship, and it kind of shows like she's with this gal that's doing really well, but time goes on, she runs out of some help, and eventually she just goes back.
Yeah, because
she loves him, she thinks he's changed, but also no one's there to just support you. Like no one's going to help you. So if the finances come through this other person, you run out of options. You got a kid or something and you're worried about taking care of them. I can see the rational decision being,
sorry, there's flies all over my face.
The reaction being, I just got to go back, and that's a shame. That's a shame.
That's how it is.
But anyway,
we've
trying to get yourself out. Is the point. But
for sure. All right.
Anyway,
I think we're good.
I think we've covered it all.
We did a little bit at a time.
Yeah.
I might not be here next week. No, we'll be here doing the podcast, but
I might not be living here next week with any luck.
I'll be alive next week. God willing.
Won't be here anymore.
I know.
Jesse will be joining us from the afterlife next week. Yeah, whoa. We haven't been any foreshadowing here.
Even in heaven, there's Zoom.
Jesus installed it last week. Ziply finally made it to heaven. Oh, Lord.
After busting a few lines. And
thinking, I don't know if you can legally comment on any of that.
I don't know.
Involved in it. I don't know how that works. But
I don't know. I don't know nothing about it.
I just know
what I heard.
The utility district's pretty pissed.
Someone's doing something.
Or the what is it? Not
it's probably that cat. It's probably that cat killer.
Probably that cat killer breaking lines everywhere.
Yeah. You don't want no internet for nobody.
Psychopath. Next he's gonna be hiding remotes and sick shit like that.
All right. I'm so tempted to use her.
I'm gonna re-record that just different enough that it's not copyrighted, and I'm going to stop paying for the service because that's bullshit. We should be able to use whatever we want. But if I write our own thing, then they can't touch it because it's ours. So
copyright.
That's going to happen. I'm going to do the whole
I'll be baritone
thing.
That's all you need. Change one tune.
Just change one little tiny piece.
Well, someone did a compare. I'll talk to you later. Yeah. Anyway, there was a comparison, and they actually show the difference.
Yes, there are differences. They are very subtle.
But
that's all. That is really all that's required with music.
It is.
Yeah, music's a fascinating thing. All right. Well,
all right.
Good to see you all again.
Love you guys.
We'll talk to you next week.
Yeah.